Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good, great. So I welcome everyone in Universal Quantum Minds. So this is the chapter 1 about the Python, and today I would like to talk about something that is becoming more important every day, and that is the Python programming. So now don't worry, this is not going to be one of those boring tech talks. So I'm going to explain everything in the most simple way, and even so, if you have never touched code before, by the end of this you will know why Python is game changer. So let's dive right in. So here the main question is this: what is Python and why is it important? So Python is not just another programming language. Think of it like the English of the coding world. It is simple, very clean, and very powerful. It is used all over the world to build website, automate the task, analyze the data, create application, even control robot as well. So now let's see why Python is so special step by step. So here we can see the point number 1. That is the programming is introduced in UK primary school from the about age 8. Now you can see this is really interesting, right? So in the United Kingdom and many other countries as well, not in the United Kingdom only, the children are now learning programming from when they are just 8 years old. Yeah, that I can understand, that is very young, but just like they learn math and science, right, in at very young age. So similarly they are also being introduced to computer programming in their classroom. Reason is that this is very important, extremely important in this era now, in the era of AI. So that is why this government and the developed country government and the education system, they have realized this computer science and programming must be introduced at very beginning as well, no doubt. So this shows how important programming has become in our life and in the education system. So it is not just for beginners are, it is not just for engineers or technical person anymore. It is for everyone, whether you are from art side or you are from drawing or dance or anything else. You will see the data is everywhere, and if you want to see the trend or if you want to make your data very meaningful, then you should learn Python, and it is every day it is going to be used. So you can think of Python like Lego block. Generally we play with Lego block when we are at very young age, right, and we build the complex wall or things like that. So you don't need to be a genius to start. You just snap a few pieces of together and just actually see the result immediately after the just you click the run and you will see the result. So we have just some of the real life example as well. So let's say a child wants to create a simple calculator application. Okay, if we use our simple calculator application in we have in our mobile also, and we can buy also calculator, or let's say we want to have the fun little game where you have to guess a random number or anything, just like a game with Python. So they can build that in just a few lines of the code. No need to memorize 1,000 rules, no need for complex setup. And guess what? The joy they feel when their program actually works, it is like magic, right? You just write some few code and your computer has understood, and it is giving you the final result. So that is very important, right? And you will feel like it is magic. Okay, so now we will see the slide number 3. So here it is about the syntactical simple. So all right, now let's move to the second reason why Python is so special, and that is Python is syntactically simple. Now what does that mean? So well, the word syntax, simple, means that rule of the writing code. Just like in English we have Hindi and many languages, right? So we have grammar rule. Programming language also have the syntax rule or grammar rule, right? So Python syntax is very clean, simple and close to English. So that is why people find it easy to read and write Python code. So why is this important? Because in many other programming language, like we have the C++ or Java, you have to write lots of curly braces, right, semicolon, data types and complex symbols as well. So that can look confusing or even scary, especially if you are just starting out. So but with Python, things feel natural because you are writing just in your language, in your word. So you write code that almost looks like English, and that sentence, it feels like more friendly and very human. So let's take a very simple and relatable example. Suppose you have to tell the computer to say hello world. So in Python you just write hello world, as you can see here the screenshot. So here you have the print, and in the parenthesis, and then you have the double quote, then hello world. So just you will run and you will get the output. And if you will have to write this the same code in Java, then you can see here you will have to write this 3 line, which is very complex, right? So this is how you can differentiate very easily, very clearly, how Python is very easy and the Java is little complex than the Python, right? Okay, now we will see the slide number 4. So here we have third point, that is the capable of powerful expression. So now here is another big reason to love Python. So even though Python is simple, it is still incredibly powerful. So what do we mean by powerful expression here? So it means that a Python allows you to do complex and advanced tasks using just a few lines of the code. So let me explain. Even with very little code, you can build a simple game, a full website, machine learning applications, automation tool like file renamers or bots, or even a controller robot as well. And that is why Python is used by everyone, from beginner writing their first game to the professional building artificial intelligence system. And it proves that simple does not mean weak. Python is simple and strong. And coming to point number 4, so that is the fast for computation. So here we have the, now we'll talk about the speed. So Python is also fast for computational, especially when you combine it with very powerful libraries like we have the NumPy and pandas. So what does that mean? So it means Python can handle large amount of the data and perform complex calculation very quickly. For example, here we have a data analyst can analyze millions of rows of the data in a second. Now you can imagine a scientist can run simultaneously and mathematically model, and an engineer can build and test formulas or algorithm quickly. So whether you are working with numbers or statistics or huge spreadsheets, Python can give you a speed and power to do more in less time. Moving to slide number 5. So here we will talk about the real life example. As you can see here the screenshot. So this is about the sports analyst using Python. So let's now look at the real life example that shows the power and speed of the Python in action. Suppose you are a sport analyst and you are working with match data from the FIFA World Cup, and you might be trying to analyze the player performance or track team score, and you want to predict with probabilities as well. So to calculate average goal per match as well. So now imagine doing all this manually using a calculator or Excel sheet. If you are working on Excel sheet, it would definitely take hours or even days to finish it, these all the things. But with Python you can do it in a minute. So why? Because Python has a power to read large data files, process them very quickly, fast, and give the result instantly. So here you will have to just import the pandas SPD so that pandas can read your PD. You will not have to call again and again pandas. This is just a very short shortcut name PD, and then you will have to give the data. So here pandas is going to read your data as CSV. Here you will write your file name .csv, and here you have given the read, so your pandas will read this your data. And here you have applied the average goal. This is inbuilt function, and once you will apply this one, then you will get the print, you will get the output as a print, what will be the average goal. So this is very simple, right? It is like English, you are talking to computer. Moving to slide number 6. So here we have the popular and mature. So we will see, let's talk about this something very important. Python is popularity and maturity. So, because definitely you must have heard about the Python. It is very easy. Why is it popular? So something, right? And well mature. So Python has been around for more than 30 years. Okay, and that is a long time in the tech world, definitely. And in these years, it has grown into one of the most trusted and widely used programming language in the world. It is not some new or experimental language. It is proven, stable and powerful. Why it matters? Python is used by top companies around the world, right? So first you can see this: Google uses Python for building parts of its search engine. We have the Netflix as well, uses Python to build its movie recommendation system. The one of the suggest that what you might like to watch next, whatever you are watching currently. And NASA also, right? NASA Research Center, the USA, they uses Python for space research and data analysis. And now just think about it, when you learn Python, you are not just learning something for your classroom or school project, you are learning a real world skill, right? So which is used by the biggest and smartest organization in the world, as I have here highlighted: Google, Netflix, NASA, right? So Python is not just a tool, it is a career building language. Moving to slide number 7. So here we will talk about the point number 6. So that is the that is the lots of support and libraries and ecosystem we have in the Python. So now here is one of the biggest superpower of the Python. It is massive support system full of ready and used tools and resources. Python has millions of libraries. These are pre-written pieces of code that you can just plug into your program and use instantly. And why it matters? So this saves your time, I would say. Instead of writing everything from scratch, you can use tools that other have already built and share for free to use in the Python. And that is the beauty of the Python community, I would say. Millions of developers around the world are constantly creating and sharing tools to help each other. No matter what you want to build, someone has probably already built part of it, or they will be working. And now let's see the real life example. I want to build a website, or you can use libraries like we have the Flask, we have, then want to work with AI and machine learning, and you can use TensorFlow, scikit-learn and PyTorch. And if you want to make a game, you can use Pygame, which is the very popular library for making games in Python. So here is something even cooler. So kids are using Pygame to build a fun game like Flappy Bird in under 200 lines of the code. So it is very easy, and that is very powerful. I would say the libraries of the Python ecosystem. So whether you are a beginner or pro, Python gives you the tools to turn your ideas into reality, and it is done very quickly and powerfully. Here you can see slide number 8. So you can see that here we have the feature of the Python and why it matters and real world impact. So here you can see the feature, the taught from the age 8 they are being taught, children are being taught, and it is very, because it is very easy for beginner and very friendly, and kids, even kids can also learn, take early and simple syntax, and we have the powerful expression and fast computation and popular and mature and strong ecosystem. So you can go through this, it is very easy to understand. I have just summarized the core thing. Moving to next slide, slide number 9. So here we have the, what is the Python interpreter. First we will understand what is the interpreter in the Python. So let's start with very simple imagination. So imagination, you want to talk to your computer, right? This is the imagination, you want to talk to your computer and you want it to display a message, or you want it to solve a calculation, right? These are the tasks in your mind, and for this task you want to talk to your computer. So you want it to do something automatically for you. So but there is a thing, your computer doesn't understand your language like English, Hindi, right, and any other natural human language. So instead of your English or Hindi language, computer understand code, specifically a language like Python. Now that is the question is, if you write code in Python, how will the computer understand it? So there is where something called the Python interpreter comes in, right? So remember this point, this interpreter, Python interpreter comes in. So think of the Python interpreter as a translator, okay, to make it very easy. A person in the middle who takes your Python instruction and convert them into a language of the computer which can understand. So interpreter, what does it do? Whatever you write your code in your English language, so interpreter convert into a machine language, and that machine language is understood by the computer, your computer. So it reads your Python code line by line and understands what you want and makes the computer to exactly what you want to do. So that is why whenever we run a Python program, it is Python interpreter that is doing the real job behind the scene, right? So here we have the another one, the second point highlighted in the yellow color. A Python script is a file named .py. If you will see you have your file, so you will see always .py, like you see your any file like .pdf, .ppt, like that. So now let's talk about how we write and save our Python code. So whenever you write some Python code and want to save it in a file, you save it using the extension .py, okay, that is the official way to say. Moving to slide number 10. So here you can see the real life example. So here we have the written print and good morning. So this is what I want our computer to understand it, and you will just run and you will get the output also good morning from the computer, because computer has understood what you are saying to computer, and computer will also reply as output good morning. So you can do, we will do this one practically, and then you can see, and if you want to save this one, you can just save it, and your file name will be good morning.py. this is, you can see. Now we will move to the next slide, slide number 11. So here we have the second point, the executed in sequence by the Python interpreter. So let's understand what happens when you run a .py Python file. Okay, you have Python file, you have bunch of code written in that file and you want to run it. So Python doesn't just magically know what to do all at once. Instead of, Python interpreter works very carefully. It reads your code line by line, one by one, okay, whatever you have written in your .py file. From the top to bottom, it reads from the top to bottom and executes each instruction in the exact order you wrote it, okay. And think of it like following a recipe to bake a oven. Here I have given the example also. So if you have written something recipe, and if you will give to your brother or sister to make a tea, Okay, then he or she has to first take a water in the in the in boil water. She has to boil the water first, then she or he will add tea leaves, and then they will add milk and sugar, right? And this is how the complete coffee will be completed and they will serve you. So we'll have to follow here sequence, right, to make it a tea or coffee or anything else. So similarly, whatever we have written the code, our interpreter also they follow the sequence and it execute also one by one. Now moving to slide number 12. So here we have the point number 3. So what is this allows the creation of more complex and algorithm. So since Python runs your code step by step, okay, as we have already understood with the example, it allows you to create more complex and smart logic, uh, which we call the algorithm. So algorithm is nothing but the you have written a code very logically, okay, and interpreter is going to execute one by one, okay, and that is very complex, okay. So that is the algorithm. So if we will try to understand what does it mean the algorithm in advance. So an algorithm is a simple clear set of instruction or steps to solve a problem or complete a task. Let me give you a real life example. Imagine you want to write a program that asks the user for their age, then tells them if they are allowed to vote or not. Okay, so here is the code. If you can see here, I have attached the screenshot also. So then tells them if they are allowed to vote or not. So in Python you can easily write such a program by following clear step by step instruction. This simple shows how Python helps you build logic and can make decision based on your input or based on the code. So here you have written age. So this is the first code. In this code what will happen after running this one, then computer will ask your age, okay. Then here you have applied the conditional out conditional here, that is the if age is less than or bigger than 18, then you are eligible to vote. It means age is bigger than 18, so the output will be you are eligible to vote, else otherwise print you are not eligible to vote yet. If you will put here, if you will give your age, let's say 13 or 12 or 15, then this output will come. So if you can understand by seeing this if and else, it means I am just talking to you. If you are above the 18 or equal to 18, it means you are eligible to vote, otherwise or else you are not eligible to vote. It means if you are less than 18, then you are not eligible to vote yet, right? So this is the output how you will get, and this is how computer will decide based on the if and else, these two code line. In first line your computer will ask your age. Now moving to slide number 13. So here we will talk about the Python can also be entered directly into the interpreter, right? So if we don't know need to write your Python code in a file then run it, Python also gives you a something called interactive cell or interpreter prompt. This is a special place where you can type Python command directly and the computer will show you result instantly. It is like having a quick conversation with your computer. You ask a question and it answer right away. So real life example also we have. If you open your computer's terminal or command prompt and just type Python command, there you will see result immediately. This is a great way to quickly test a small piece of code or learn Python step by step. So if here you can see, this is the Python, this is the, if you will open your Python or code Python, then you will see this type of the interface first time. So anyway we will go through this, and but just you can see how it will be. Moving to slide number 14. So here you can see hello world, this is the simplest first program generally we go through. First we will write the print, then parenthesis, then hello world, and you will get the output hello world. And why it is important? Because if you'll see, it is easiest and most basic way to check if your Python setup is working correctly or not. Generally we write this program to see whether whatever I have installed, a Python we have installed, it is working perfectly correctly or not. So that is the main purpose. So just we want to make sure that this one, because it is very small and it is very simple, and it marks the beginning for the whole new language and journey. When you see hello world printed on your screen, so you know you have successfully written and run the first Python program. It is a small but important milestone. Now we'll see the point number 6. Type your expression. So you don't always need to write a full program or save a file to test Python. You can simply type expression directly into a Python interpreter and think of Python like a calculator. You can type math expression as well and get answer instantly. Okay, and for example, if you could type just 2 plus 3 into 5, then Python will calculate and give you the result immediately. And this feature makes Python very easy and fun to experiment with, especially for the beginner. Moving to slide number 15, here we can see the meaning. Python can also be used like a calculator, right, as we have already explained. So this is after opening the Python program or Jupyter notebook. So this is all is done in Jupyter notebook. So just you will have to write just 2 plus 3 and you will get output just 5. This is the output, right? And here you can write length and Python, then you will see the 6. What is the 6? This is the 6 of letter. So you can count 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the this is len. This is the inbuilt function of the Python program. So this is the full name of this len is length, and you will get the output as 6. And this is the just example. Imagine, you can also count this one, but imagine you have 100 page. Let's say you have the one book in the PDF and you want to count each word. Okay, and the total page number is 5000. Okay, and someone will tell you, could you count each letter or each word? Then do you think it is possible to count each word, each letter in just within 1 second, or let's say within 1 hour? Not possible, extremely not possible. But if you have soft copy as PDF or CSV, you can give this command len, and then you can write your file name in this double quote, and you can close your parenthesis, then just run it and you will get your output. Here we have the hello and then plus plus world. So what would be the hello world? So here we have, this is also hello and then plus plus. It means these two are going to add. So hello, then here we have the space. Okay, so in between both, see, in both quote, here we have the quote, okay, double quote, here we have written hello, then plus, and then again we have the double quote, and between this double quote we have the space. But computer is thinking maybe there is something written, so this is the space. So space also has been printed here. See, between these two words there is a space, right? So this hello world, this hello is this hello, and this between we have, see, you need to remember, if you are writing any code, then it must be in quote, double quote, whether you are using single quote or double quote or triple quote, but it should be always in middle of the quote. Okay, you can't write like that, one side you will use double quote and another side you will write single quote, or you can't use like that, one side you will use quote and one side you won't use quote. It won't run then. Both sides should have the quote, right? So here we have the space, then again plus, and then we have the double quote in both the word, and then here we have the word. So this hello, and then we have the space, here is space, and this world, then world. This is very easy. I have explained, hope you have understood, but if you haven't, then definitely we'll go through the practical, then we can understand there. Yeah, moving to slide number 16. So here we have the Python types and the idea of the types in programming. So what exactly a type is in Python? So in Python, everything you work with is an object. Okay, we need to remember this. Everything, it is considered an object, and every object has a type. So let me explain it in a very easy way and everyone can relate to, I hope so. Imagine you are holding something in your hand right now, maybe a book, or maybe a water bottle, or maybe you have mobile with you, or pen, or it can be anything else in your hand. So just by looking or feeling it, your brain instantly knows what it is, right? And how it is, how does it look, what is this, right? You know, this is the pen, this is the mobile, this is the computer, this is the water bottle, this is different things, right? If someone will ask you water bottle and pen, both are same thing, you will say no, definitely not same thing, this is completely different thing. If you have a bunch of Almira and someone will tell you, could you keep this pen in pen Almira and computer and in that particular space, and this water bottle in that particular space, right, where already same thing has been kept. So definitely based on the types, you will keep in the same thing in the same section, right? So similarly here, this is how our brain recognize, that is the quickly, right? So what about the computer? It is for the reading like a book, it is for drinking like a bottle. So how we will communicate these things to the computer, right? Because our brain easily understand these things, what is this, but how you are going to tell the same thing to the computer? So that is why we need to understand that the computer also has to understand the types, and whatever we have the data types, so computer has to understand, then computer will act according to the types of the whatever you have the file, right? So for example, we have the Python, for example, here you can see, is it the number, a word, true or false, or nothing. So this is what we mean by the Python object have types. For example, you have one Excel sheet in which you have written only the number, so that is the another type, right? And you have the just a bunch of word, it means this is just English word or Hindi word, right? And you have true or false, because there are some type of the question where we'll have to answer just a true or false, right? And then there is nothing. So this is the type we will go through in detail in next slide. So yeah, so if you will see here, the types are called classes. Okay, so we'll have to understand this one also, and remember, types are called classes. So in Python, where we say types, we actually mean classes. A class is like a blueprint or a detailed plan that tells Python how to create object of a certain kind. For example, when you say object is of a type int, int means nothing but the integer, which means an integer or whole number. Okay, it means that the object was made using the int class, and this int class defines everything about whole number, behaves like how they add, subtract, multiply, compare, and so on. So if you have the file in which you have the integer, or in the shortcut we say just int, int. So what you are going to do with number? You are going to write essay with your number? Not at all. We can't write essay with numbers, right? So we are going to do what can be done with number exactly. So what will you do with number? You can do maybe addition, subtraction, multiplication, compare, which one is bigger or smaller, right? And you can do n number of things in the mathematics world, right? So class are like the instruction or template Python follows to make object of the different types. So this is all about, as you can see here, the example also. Here we have the x equal to 5. This is not equal to, this is we are assigning 5 number in the x box. Anyway, we will talk about these things in very detail, and here just I want to show you the what type of the we have the data here. So here you can see class int. Int means integer, and integer means, you know, a number, right? Moving to next slide. Yeah. So here we have type equal to the nature of the things being stored. Okay. So this is also very important. Sometimes we get confused because of the equal. So we'll have to understand type means the nature of things to be stored. Okay, we are asking what kind of data are you putting into your program. Is it a number or some text, or maybe a true or false or boolean value, something. The type tells us important things about the data, such as what operation or action can you perform on it. Okay, for example, if you have Excel sheet in which you have full of only the numbers, so by seeing the number you can understand what type of the work can be done with this, right? And if you have the Excel sheet, or let's say MS Word document, in which you have just only the story or only the something essay, you have written something, then you can understand easily what type of the work can be done with this data, right? So why is it important to understand this one? So Python uses the type of the data to decide what you can and you cannot do with the value. So for example, you can add two numbers together, but you can't add a number directly to the sum text without converting it first. So understand this, the type is like knowing the rule of the working with the data. For example, here you can see just a second. Here you can see the example hello plus world. Okay, then what is happening here? Hello plus world, both are word, so it is okay, right? There you won't get any error because this text can be added. And here you have the integer 5 plus 10, both are number, both number can be added, so it is also okay. But can you add 5 plus hello? If you will give this problem or question to 5th class student or 7th class student, please add hello plus 5. They will ask you, how can I add this and this? Both are not integer, both are not a number, right? So this will give you error in the Python if you'll do this. So this is what I mean to tell you. That is why the type also we should know, because same type of the work can be done, because addition or subtraction or multiplication can be done with number to number only, not a word or text to number, right? Because here it is the number and this is the text. You can't add this text and with this. What we will have the output? Nothing. It will throw you error when you will run this code. Yes, now we will see the slide number 19. So this is basic built-in Python types. So Python comes with many built-in types, also called classes. These help us organize and understand the data very easily. And here are some of the most common types. So first we have the int, whole number. Okay, and these numbers are without any decimal point. Okay, so first you will have to remember this. If you are talking about the int number or integer or whole number, int means integer and integer means only the whole number. Okay, so in this, these are the numbers without any decimal point. You need to remember, we have the 5, there is no point, 5 point something, no. 0, that's it. 12, that's it. 999, that's it. Okay, there is no decimal point. For example, you have seen this one, right? We use int. This is the int, one of the inbuilt function. Okay, so when we want to count things like how many items are there or when are we going to do the math calculation or with whole number. So we can see here the real example also, the number of the apple. For example, you can see the number of apple in the basket. You can ask someone, then they will tell you 12 or 13, 30 something, 50. The number of the people in the room, you can tell something 30, 20, 50 something. The number of the likes are social media, right? How many likes are there? And there are whole numbers. So Python uses the int type to represent. Which type? Int type. Here you can see int type. Okay, moving to slide number 20. So here we have the float decimal, or you can say decimal, or you can say real number. Okay, so float means number that have decimal point. Always remember, for example, you have 1.5, you have minus 0.01 or 3.1415, and we use float when we need precision. Okay, like very precise value. For example, money calculation, because we want complete money, right? We don't want to leave the after the decimal also, right? Or scientific calculation, because if you want to do the scientific calculation, then you need the perfect calculation, right? Or fraction value. So we have the real example also. So for example, we have the temperature like 36.6. If someone wants to know the accurate temperature, so you can't say just to 36, you can say in a normal way, or generally we talk. But if you are a student of science student, then definitely you are going to tell 36.6 if you are working in any laboratory or any chemical industry. And height such as 5.8 feet. If your height is being measured by the doctor, so they will write accurately 5 point something. Okay, and bank balance also, you must be you can see in your bank balance also will be written 2500.75, right? And also Python supports the complex number like 2 plus 3j, which are used in advance, like we have the electrical engineering or math. Now moving to point number 3, that is the bool or boolean value. Okay, so bool only has two possible value, true or false. That's it. Okay, there are some things, if this condition is correct, then you will get output true. If this information is wrong, then you will get a false output. That's it. Okay, it is used everywhere in the programming for decision making, logic check, and comparison, right? If you'll talk about the real life example to understand more, what does it mean, bool or boolean value, where does it apply, then we have the real example as well. So let's assume you are talking about the light. So is the light on, or it is either it is true or false? If it is light on, then you will say yes, and yes means what? On or true. And if you will give answer no, no means what? Means no means false. Okay, yes or no we use in a human form, but for computer form, how computer will understand? True in the form of true and false. On means true, and no means false. This is how computer understand. This is the language of the computer. True means yes, and false means no. Okay, and another example, did the user accept the term and condition? You will say true, yes, or no means false. Okay, now moving to slide number 21. So here we have a string, point number 4. So str string, you can say the full name of the string, and what is the meaning of the string? The text. Okay, alphabet A B C D, these things. Okay, so string means a string which is used to store any sequence of character like names, message, file path, and so on. So example of words are text like hello, 42, or Kusnur, real. And if we will talk about the real life example, then you can have your name, maybe Amina, message, order delivered, this is also a string, and file path, and this you have the in C drive and user and desktop. And string help us store and work with the text data in Python very easily. Then coming to the fifth number, that is the none type, means none. None means nothing. Okay, so none is very special type in Python. It means nothing or missing. Okay, if you will hear this none value, okay, then it means missing value or undefined value. It means you are also not able to understand, or maybe computer is also not able to understand what does it mean, what is this. Okay, so we call none. So mark something as empty or show no result, so signal that, so it means signal the end of the process. If you ask the real life example, then we have the, let's say, a form field left blank, or a sensor that has not reported any data yet, or maybe third example, a function that doesn't return anything, or maybe none help us represent no value clearly in our program. Okay, these are the example, real life example you can understand. Moving to slide number 22. So here also we have the just screenshot to understand. Here we have what class am I. Now you can, if you will cover this one, don't see this one and try to understand this one, type 5. So what would be the type? So just this is int. Okay, this is the integer. Type high. So just we want to understand, just you are going to write type and in parenthesis closed, then high. Then this is the string, because this is the just English word, right? Then type, then in bracket true or false, whatever you will write. Then what will be this? Bool value or boolean value. And here we have the type none. Okay, then none type. So these are the type, just we can understand. Moving to slide number 23. So here also we have the type conversion. Now we want to convert the type or casting forcefully. For example, you have something, we want to cast it, okay, forcefully or manually you can say. So in the bracket, in the parenthesis, is this float or is this integer? Definitely this is integer, because integer means whole number, right? Just before just we studied, right? So this is without decimal, but we want to make it float. So here we have written one code, one very simple, very small code. Okay, float, then in parenthesis we have written 5, but always remember here we don't have the double quote. Reason is that for the number we don't use double quote. Okay, for only a string we use double quote. Okay, remember this one, always and always. Okay, but if we want to cast, then we will have to use for some purpose. So here computer is considering this is the number and this is the integer number, we want to convert in float. So you can see here output 5.0, because we have the decimal and we have the 0. So this is the float. Here do you think this is the, what is this? This is the float. Okay, we want to convert into integer. So just we have written integer, and inside this is the 3.99. Computer always knows this is the float, and computer also knows here you have written integer. So these both are not the same. Okay, so computer will going to understand, oh, this is the float value and you want to convert into integer. So now this is the 3.99. Sometime if it will go, it will give you a 4. So don't be surprised, because sometimes this also can be considered, but I am 100% sure the after the decimal it will just leave it and will give you this is the integer, because this is the integer and this is the float value. Okay, but while studying, if you will going through some calculation or something, so there is possibility can give you this. Okay, so this 7 number, what is this? Do you think this is a integer or this is a string? Definitely this is integer, but you want in a string. So 7th number won't have any word or text, right? So what will computer will do? Just it will quote in double quote, it will give you in double quote. Okay, and here also we have the number integer and you have written in double quote. Here also double quote, left and right side you have closed it. Okay, so computer is thinking this is the string, not a integer. Remember this one. Okay, because you have written in double quote. but you want to convert into integer. So computer will remove this one, a double quote from both sides, and it will give you only 5. So this is how it is done. And here also we have the example int, and if you want to convert into Bob, now you see Bob is just a string, not a number. If you want to convert into integer in number, text to number, do you think is it possible? Not at all, not possible. Then computer or Python will throw you error here with the value error invalid. Okay, so this is how you will get. Moving to next slide. So here slide number 24. So here also you can see we have the Python operators, what is called Python operators. So we have many Python operator. First one we have the addition. Here we have the example 5 plus 3, output you will get 8. Here we have the subtraction, this is the operator, and 5 minus 2 3, and here we have the multiplication, 4 into 2 equal to 8. Then here we have the division, and division always you will get in float value. Okay, remember this. Reason is that why? Because it is not always, if you are dividing some number with any number, then it is not always that you will get integer or without decimal. There is highly possibility you will get with float value, with decimal value. So to keep accurate, so that is why division you will get a number in float 3.5. Okay, here we have the double multiplication. So double multiplication means exponential power, right? 2 to power 3. So for example, here you have 2 and like that 3. Okay, and here 2 to power 3, 2 into 2 into 2, then you will have the 8, and here you have the modulo or remainder. So if you will divide by 2, then you will get remainder 1. 2 3 is 6, and 7 minus 6 1. So this is the remainder. Okay, now we'll move to the slide number 25. So here we have the operator precedence, or you must have studied this Bodmas rule or PEMDAS rule. Okay, so first we will remove the, first we will calculate the bracket, and inside the bracket then we have the order or power, then we solve the exponential type of the mathematics, then we have the division, and then multiplication, then we have the addition, then subtraction. So here you can calculate this one yourself by manually calculation. If you are getting 48, then you are perfectly right. Okay, for example, here we have 3 into 4 and 4 to the power 2. Okay, then 4 to the power 2, then which one will solve this one? First this one, right? We will solve, first we will solve this portion. 4 to the power 2 means 16, and 16 into 3 48. Here we have 6 minus 4 divided by 2. So first what we will do? First we will do division, then multiplication. Okay, then first we will divide it. So here you will get 6 minus 2, 6 minus 2 minus 4. Then here also you will divide it. First you will calculate inside the bracket, then 2 into 2 4, then 6 minus, then you will break it, then this is the clear. First you will have to clear it, this one. Moving to slide number 26. Here we have the variable assignment. So just here we have the value pi equal to 3.14 and tau pi into 2.4. Since you have kept this value 3.14 in the pi box, okay, you can consider this is the box, this is the box, this is the box, and this value is kept or is stored in pi box, in tau box. Okay, so what is going to do here? So here you have assigned value 3.14 and you have here tau pi into 2. So this, the value of pi is 3.14, then you will get output. What will be the output? 3.14 into 2, then maybe 2 into 4 8, and then 2, then 2 3 just 6. So 6.28 you will get the answer or output. You can reuse and reassign variables again. So here x you have assigned 10 in x, and x now I am a text. Here you have assigned this is the string value. Then what will happen? This 10 value will be replaced with this number. Okay, now we will move to the slide number 27. But whenever you are writing any variable name, so just make sure that you are not going to use these things. Reason is that these are the protected keywords in the Python all. For example, we have the false, you can't assign this name. Okay, you can't say or assign anything else with false, none, true, and as, assert, this, async, await, break, class, continue, diff, del, if, else, except, finally, for, from, global, if, import, in, is, lambda, non-local, not, or pass, or raise, return, try, while, with, and yield, because these are the protected keyword in the Python program. Okay, so except this you can give any other variable. For example, if you will write here for, and you are assigning 5 number integer in for variable, then do you think is it right? Not at all. Reason is that somewhere if you look this here, this is the for. So as I told you, you can't write this protected or preserved keyword for the any variables. Okay, so just keep in mind. And here also you can't write just into 1 or TMP, temperature, or data 1 2 3. You can use, if you want to write here, so user underscore age, then you have the total price, then is active, you can write such things. Moving to slide number 28. So here you have the symbol is not equal to, so just for the mathematician, this is for mathematicians especially, because in mathematics we use this symbol equal, means equally, right? So x equally 5. So whenever we solve any what do we say, any math, then we assume that x equal to 5. So this in Python it is not x is equal to 5. This you are assigning this 5 in the x box. Okay, this x box, let's say this is the package, or this is the pocket, or this is the box. Okay, and this box or pocket or black box or anything, you can say this is the one type of the memory, small memory, and this data is going to store in this black box or box. Okay, so here you are telling Python store the value 5 inside the box called x. This is the box which is called x. Okay, you are assigning, not checking equal to, just remember. Okay, to check the equal to, just you can use this double time equal. It means Python will understand, okay, x is equal to 5. Then this 5 number will not be assigned in x box. Okay, but this is, here you are assigning, here you are not assigning, here you are comparing. Okay, here you are assigning, here you are comparing or telling x value is equal to 5. Okay, moving to slide number 29. Just a second. So moving to here, we have this slide number 29. So there are some confusion also, especially for those who are beginner. So in mathematics we write x is equal to 5. So that is the, in mathematics, the way how we give the value of x equal to, but in the Python it does not mean the equality. Okay, so take the value of the right side and store in the name of the left side. Okay, so the real meaning of the in equal Python is assigning something, not equally. Okay, so here you have the x equal 5, as we have already talked, so we are just covering just very briefly. So here x equal to x, you are assigning 5 in x, then again just below you are assigning in the same box 10. Then what will happen? So since you have the same variable, okay, same variable, here also x, here also x, then 5 will be replaced by the 10. So whenever you will call, then it won't become 5, it will come then 10 as output, okay, because the x, it was holding 5 earlier, but since you don't change the variable name, you are using the same variable, so now 10 will be assigned and 5 will be replaced with the 10. Okay, now moving to slide number 30. So here we have the real life analogy backpack. So this is although the same thing where we have talked, okay, this is not something new. We will move to slide number 31. Yeah, so here this is the very important operators we have here. We have less than, bigger than, equal, not equal. Here we have bigger or equal, here we have the lesser or equal. So these are the operator, and we use such type of the symbol for comparing, okay. So for example, left side you have written 5 and right side you have written 10. So it means this is true because 10 is bigger than 5. And if you are written here 10 and this side you have written 5, it means 10 is bigger than 5. This is also true. If for equal, if you have written here 5 and right side also you have written 5, it means this is true. But what about if you have written 5 left side and right side you have written 10, it means both are not equal. So it means if you will run this code, then it will give you error or false value, right? Not equal. So if you have written here 5 left side and this side you have written 10, then logically 5 and 10 both are not equal. And this symbol or operator means, what does it mean? Not equal. It will show you the true, because this is really true that both numbers are not equal. But if you will write here this side also 5, this side also 5, both side left and right side 5 5, then you will get false because both are correct, but this means, this symbol means not equal, okay. So here also, this side also you have written 5 and this side also you have written 5. So here we have the two symbol. If you will see, this means equal and this means bigger than left side. So this means this 5 should be either equal or bigger than, okay. And here also, if you have written 10 and this side also 10, it means 10 is this value, it should be either equal or smaller. So this will justify, this will give you the correct, okay. They return you true or false because this has to tell to you what is happening. So this computer will tell you not in no or right, this will give you output as a true or false, okay. We have then boolean value. So boolean value, we have the and or not, just remember this one. Then we have the bitwise or advanced use. Here we have this, in this also we will see in this, in the practical, then we will understand, okay. So let's understand A and B, okay, operation. See, here you need to understand, this is the one value true and this is also true. Then if you have A and, okay, you have AND operator or operation, okay, then both should be true or both should be false. See, both side you have true, then you will get true. If any one, either left or right, if any one is false, then it will be false, okay. See, both are true, then here also you will get true. Both, here you can see this is true, this is false, then you will get always false. Let's see, this false is this side and this true is this side. Do you think you will get true? No. If there is a true and another one is false, then AND operation will consider false one, okay, then false. Then here also false, then false, then false, okay. In real example, you can understand this one end operation in real example. For example, you are selling your property, okay, and there are two person who told you they are buyer, okay, or maybe you are buying something, okay. Then if they will tell you both person must come there, then I will give my property, okay. I can't give my property to any single one. I want to give my property to both of you. That is mandatory, okay, because a father wants to give their property to both son or both their daughter, okay. So they will, so both should come there, then they will have to sign, then they will have to do the next procedure. Otherwise, if one person will come, let's say one person will be son and another person won't be son, that will be any stranger, then do you think his father will do any agreement? Not at all, because both are not there, not his son. One is son, one is his true son, but one is not a son, one is, another one is maybe a stranger, so he won't write, he won't agree, right? So both son has to be available there, okay. Then here you can see, then here we have the false false, it means result also will be false, okay. Now coming to A or B, A, let's say this is the A true and this is the A, here we have the OR, it means any one true should be there, then it will be fine. So let's say true true, both are here the true, then you will get true. Then true or false, because one person is mandatory at least out of two, so whether one person will come or not come, but one person true is coming, then true, okay. Then false true, this is also true, then false false, this will be false, okay. And not B, just you need to tell just opposite, okay. So if B is true, then not B will be false. If B is false, then not B will be true, just opposite, okay. If B is true, then you need to tell false. If false, if there is false, then you need to tell true. Moving to next slide, here we have the two powerful commands. First we have the print in parenthesis closed hello, and then we have the print 1 modulo 2, then here you will see the output result, okay. Then print, if you will print true and false, then you will get false. Reason is that because is just here we have seen that, we'll go to the back, okay. Okay, just if you remember, so you can see the and false and true and false, then you will get false. So here also you will get false, okay. And here you can see the input, this is the input, enter your name, then the computer will ask your name. So just final touch, will just conclude here. So now you have the strongest foundation to start programming with Python, and now you have understand types, variable, operation, casting, logic, and how Python reads and store your data, and you are learning to write now. Now you are going to learn the right code and clean code, and definitely you can read very easily in a human form, and most importantly you are now speaking the language of the computer, because you have definitely some of the idea. Yeah, that's it for this today for the chapter 1. Now we will meet in chapter number 2. Thank you.